Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 2, Class 2C. I am Fatin.
Hi, my name is Ifa.
My name is Nur Aida Akila.
Hi, my name is Alia.
For our business, we decided to choose food and beverage industry, and the chosen business name is Boba Miso, as we are selling tiramisu cake and boba milk tea. We are located at Pavilion Bukit Bintang, Kuala Lumpur since 8 August 2021. The owner, Ms. Daya binti Ali, decided to operate both at physical store and through Instagram for online orders. Our tagline is "Where Crave Meets Pearl."
There are two types of costing method, which is job costing and batch costing. First, for job costing, this method is used when the products or services are customized or unique. Each job is rated individually, and the cost of materials, labor, and overhead are recorded separately for each project. Next is batch costing, which we decide to use in this group assignment. This method is used when companies produce similar product in batches. Here, costs are calculated per batch and then divided by the total number of units to get the cost per unit. To conclude, job costing focuses on individual jobs, while batch costing focuses on groups of similar products.
Direct material. For tiramisu cake, to make 880 tubs of tiramisu in a month, we use ingredients like cream cheese, whipping cream, sugar, coffee, cocoa powder, and ladyfingers. The total cost of materials for tiramisu cake 60 batches was RM10,458.60. This is because each batch uses about RM174.31. Direct labor. For tiramisu cake, only one worker is needed, working 8.25 hours a day to make 3 batches, which is 24 tubs. The wage is RM8 per hour, so the daily wage is RM66. For the monthly wage, we calculate by RM66 times 5 days times 4 weeks, which total RM1,320. Direct expenses. This is include cost of stickers for labeling the products. For tiramisu, 480 tubs equals to RM25.92. For boba milk tea, we also produce 360 cups of boba milk tea monthly. Ingredients include boba pearls, full cream milk, milk tea powder, brown sugar syrup, cups, straws, and ice. The total material cost for 60 batches was RM1,464.60 because the total for per batch was RM24.41. For boba milk tea, it also prepared by only one worker who works 6 hours a day to make 3 batches, which is 18 cups. The daily wage is total RM48 because the wage is RM8 per hour too. For the monthly wage, we calculate RM48 times 5 days times 4 weeks, which total RM960. For boba milk tea, 360 cups, total RM19.44. So the total direct expense per month is RM45.
Let me begin with the kitchen tools used. Spatula, mixing bowl, whisk, measuring cup, spoon, mini digital scale, cocoa strainer, airtight containers, and cooking pot pan. The total cost of kitchen tools for tiramisu is RM66.76. Next is the cleaning supplies, which are shared with the boba milk tea section and hence divided equally. These include dishwashing liquid, floor detergent, sponge, sanitizer, tissue, and mop. The total cost for cleaning supplies is RM73.19. When divided by 2, each product bears RM36.60. So the total indirect material cost for tiramisu cake is RM66.76 plus RM36.60, and the total is RM103.36. Now, I will explain the indirect expense involved in the production of tiramisu cake. 1. Electricity. 2. Water. 3. Gas. 4. Fuel for transportation. 5. Fridge depreciation. And 6. Depreciation of tiramisu tools. Total indirect expense for tiramisu cake is Rm65 plus Rm50 plus Rm20 plus Rm6 plus Rm5 and plus Rm2 ringgit 50 cents, and the total is Rm148 50 cents. Now, I will explain the indirect materials for boba milk tea, starting with the kitchen tools used: jug, ladle, measuring cup, spoon, mini digital scale, airtight container, and cooking pot pan. The total cost of kitchen tools for boba milk tea is Rm72. Again, cleaning supplies are shared, so the cost is the same as tiramisu, Rm36 60 cents. Therefore, the total indirect material cost for boba milk tea is Rm72 plus Rm36 60 cents, and the total is 108 60 cents. Next, I will explain the indirect expense for producing boba milk tea. 1. Electricity. 2. Water. 3. Gas. 4. Fuel for transportation. 5. Fridge depreciation. And 6. Depreciation of boba tools. Total indirect expense for boba milk tea is Rm65 plus Rm50 plus Rm40 plus Rm6 plus Rm5 and plus Rm2 ringgit 76 cents, and the total indirect expense for boba milk tea is Rm168 76 cents.
Next is non-production overhead for tiramisu cake. Selling overhead is 40 ringgit, distribution overhead is 170 ringgit, and finance overhead is 0. Continue for non-production overhead for boba milk tea. Selling overhead is 40 ringgit, distribution overhead is 170 ringgit, and finance overhead is 0.
We set the price for our product by practicing profit margin method. For tiramisu cake, first sum up direct material, direct labor, direct expenses to get the prime cost, which is RM11,804.52. Next, sum up all the production overhead, which are indirect material and indirect expenses. Total out with the prime cost, and the total production cost is RM12,056.38. Move to the non-production overhead, which are selling overhead and distribution overhead. Add up with the total production cost, and the total cost for the 60 batch is RM12,266.38. We use the profit margin method, and the percentage is 30%. To find profit, RM12,266.38 multiplied by 30 over 100, and the answer is RM3,679.91. That is the profit for 60 batch of tiramisu cake. To find selling price, sum up profit with total cost, which will be RM3,679.91 plus RM12,266.38. The answer will be RM15,946.29. To find the total cost per batch, RM12,266.38 divided by 60 batch. The answer will be RM204.44. Next, for a unit of tiramisu cake, RM204.44 divided by 8 tubs, and the answer will be RM25.56. Find the profit by taking RM25.56 multiplied by 30 over 100, and the answer will be RM7.67. Lastly, selling price is RM7.67 plus RM25.56, and the answer will be RM33.23. Next, boba milk tea. First, sum up direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses to get the prime cost, which is RM2,444.04. Next, total up the prime cost with the production overhead to get the total production cost, which is RM2,721.40. Add total production cost with non-production overhead, and we will get RM2,931.40, and that is the total cost for the 60 batch of boba milk tea. To find profit, RM2,931.40 multiplied by 30 over 100, and the answer is RM879.42. That is the profit for 60 batch of boba milk tea. And to find selling price, RM879.42 plus RM2,931.40. The answer will be RM3,830.82. To find total cost per batch, RM2,931.40 divided by 60 batch. The answer will be RM48.86 per batch. For a unit of boba milk tea, RM48.86 divided by 6 cups, and the answer will be RM8.14. Find profit by taking RM8.14 multiplied by 30/100, and the answer will be RM2.44. Lastly, the selling price is RM2.44 plus RM8.14. The answer is RM10.58. The challenges that I have encountered during this group project is the need of detailing. It took a long time and focus to complete the job cost guide. I overcome the problem by carefully transferring the information and ensure myself to double check if there is any mistakes made.
The challenge that we faced was always making the same mistake because we didn't have enough knowledge about the topic. So, the way we solve it is by consult with madam and always asking for a clear information and explanation until we able to understand and finish the work.
One of the main challenges we face during our group project is to ensure the accuracy and completeness of cost data, especially when identify and categorize direct materials, direct labor, and so on. At first, our groups had different understandings of how each cost should be recorded, which led to confusion in filling out the job cost card. To overcome this, we had a short group discussion to clarify the format and reference our notes. We also asked our lecturer for guidance to confirm the correct treatment of certain costs. Once the team had a shared understanding, we divided the task clearly. Some handled calculation while others focused on formatting and final checks. This helped us improve teamwork, time management, and in the end, we successfully completed the job cost card with confidence.
As a non-resident student, I also faced extra challenges during this group assignment, which is time management. Since I don't stay in the college, it was harder for me to join a last-minute meetups and a group discussion. But to overcome this, we use an online platform like WhatsApp and Google Meets to communicate and coordinate our tasks.